my last video, I'm going to be starting a serious set of what ifs. So let's get some background information. Christian, who is in the Alola region, is a child with no home. No parents, no home. He runs around always having fun. Always sometimes having to steal, but when he always tries to steal from the lady in the Alola Mart, she always says, no, there's plenty, you can take some. He goes, thank you, I don't have any money or a home, so thank you. In her head she says, poor kid. He goes and starts Naruto running around. And he knows how to jump, my friend. About a year later, when he's 5 years old, he sees Team Skull stomping and kicking a Riolu around. He goes, hey, stop it! Ah! And somehow these Team Skull guys are so weak that they get beat up. People are seeing these Team Skull guys, and when someone's about to step in, he jumps up going, yeah! Punching one Team Skull member in the face. When Salandit tries to go, he grabs the Salandit's tail and yeets it in the sky, saying, ah! And then headbutting more of them, going, ah! Get back from the Riolu! Team Skull would be frightened by this kid because they're like, what the? This kid just destroyed us? And run away. He asks Riolu if it's okay, and Riolu goes, Riolu. And it's really hurt, actually, so he takes it to he asks any people around if they have any potions, or where the nearest Pokemon Center is. People don't even say anything because their jaws are dropped at what this kid just did. One person points to the Pokemon Center, and he rushes over. He said, Nurse Joy says, oh, you! She remembers him because he came in one time with other injured Pokemon, but they didn't want us saving other trainers' Pokemon until they came back. He says, oh, you! He says, I have a problem! She goes, what is it? He said, and Christian pulls out the injured Riolu. He says, I found this Riolu with no trainer who was being beat up by Team Skull. And I destroyed them. Literally. I'm pretty sure the land is still falling down. She goes, oh, well, I'll heal up the Riolu for you. So, after getting the Riolu, after healing up the Riolu, he takes it and the Riolu wants to hang out with him. He runs around, and every single day he visits the lady that gives him food, because, well, he doesn't have any. Every day she gives him one thing, and he tries to split it up with Riolu. Other days he tries to go around working for people for money. With Riolu's double team move, he can pretty much help anyone he wants, because it's much easier. And they're all really grateful, and this kid finally gets to save up about 20,000 Poké Dollars until he has enough to at least, and that's 10 years, not 10 years. He has enough to at least help him, get a lot of food. Him finally buying some new clothes for himself and getting Riolu some toys, because, well, it's Riolu. He's got to treat the Pokemon well. He's always having Then, one day he goes to the Pokemon school this is not when Ash comes a lot later. When he arrives, this is 10 years later, 5 years later or something, because I'm pretty sure everyone in Pokemon is 10 years old. For some reason everyone in Pokemon is 10, I don't know why. Except Brock is 40 almost. Brock and Misty are almost 40 because they realized they were with Red. And Red is way older than Ash, or is Red Ash's future child? But I don't know what that is, because if you think about it, Red's mom could be Serena. If you think about it, I'm not sure if Red's mom had blue eyes, because Serena, I'm pretty sure, has blue eyes, because I'm pretty sure Red could be Ash's son, just from the future, even though Red is an adult in every other game, and you're Ash Ketchum in every other game. I'm so confused. The Pokemon timeline makes actually no sense. Quiet, Chase. Hey. Or I just thought of another theory. What if Ash is actually like Boruto, and Boruto is telling the story from like himself, and like the narrator for Ash is actually Ash from the future? Or maybe it's like one of Ash's closest relatives, or like Brock or something from the future. That could be it, actually. Okay, I gotta stop making theories, alright? Those are just theories, not actual true facts. So let's just get back into the Pokemon School thing. When it's his first day, he arrives, and everyone does their introduction. Kiawe introduces himself. He says, "I'm Kiawe." And we've got Mallow. And now I brought your partners. Somehow my dude has a Turtonator. Person says, "Geez, that's a giant Pokemon." Since you don't know, since Turtonator doesn't have an evolution, whatever. And I'm not sure if Pokemon stay their size for so long. Stop, Chase. When it's Christian's turn to introduce himself, he says, "Hey, I'm Christian," and then Riolu pops up behind him, and he goes, "Riolu." He goes, "This is my partner, Riolu." So, time to do this, actually. So, a couple of normal months would pass by, and then someone would arrive, and if you know who that someone is, it's Ash Ketchum. And Ash arrives. Christian still doesn't have his Lucario, since him and Riolu have a good trust. Not enough. When Team Skull would arrive, Christian would easily be able to handle them, but when Ash would come, because, well, it's Ash, he's egoistic. Well, he's not egoistic. Okay, in the first series he was very egoistic. That was the worst Ash. Actually, no, that was 3rd generation Ash. That was the egoistic one. So, yeah, basically, it would be Christian and Ash this time. When it would start, Christian would say, "Riolu, vacuum wave!" Riolu would blast the Salandit with a vacuum wave. And then, after that, Ash would say, "Pikachu, quick attack," knocking back most of them. Christian says, "Let me finish this." He says, "Zenith of my mind, body." He says, "Let the combat out in you, Riolu. Let's go." He goes, "Muda." Alright, yeah. I'm gonna make my own, like, Riolu Z. He can use it, and there's also a Lucario Z, which I will be showing you later. This is the, Riolu Z. Where is that? I'm trying to find it. The Riolu Z is... his signature move. He says, "Let's go. Here's it. Now, all out." That's basically really doing its Z move, while Christian saying, "Murder!" Finishing off all them. And then with one final attack, he says... pretend this is the Force Palm. I had to do it, dude. There's no other Rasengan user, so whatever. He goes, "Force Palm!" Riolu would rush and hit it. knocked them all away. He says, what was that? And Kirsten says, a Z move. Now, basically, moving on to a couple of things later, Ash would, of course, be the main protagonist still. Well, actually, he wouldn't be the main protagonist. A week later, after being in Pokemon school for a while, Ash would have pretty much a lot of fun. I also want to do a what if where Ash actually has a starter. I already did say that he would have Charmander because I want to go by the movie logic. And it makes more sense to the storyline. And it would basically be like that. Oof. So, before you go, wow, Neji, damn, he blasted us all away with little to no difficulty. Even Sasuke gets defeated by Haku, yet it was the other way in canon. Ooh. Sasuke, my guy, you shouldn't be losing to Haku, especially in Boruto. I know you lost your arm, buddy, and I know you're stubborn because you refused, but you should have won that fight. Ah! Quiet! Mom, can you get him to stop, please? What? So, let's just get back into this. So basically, another time, a week later actually, he finds Team Skull doing their stupid shenanigans, beating up okay, no, I'm not doing the same plotline for Riolu. When Kirsten's out in the forest, he sees a Rockruff all hurt. He says, oh my god, a Rockruff! And rushes to pick it up and takes it and jumps it. And somehow he can jump in on top of trees like the Naruto characters do when they jump on trees. He jumps on that tree and goes, alright, time to go. Ash watched him do that and he goes, how? So when he gets it, so I'm just gonna do a quick spoiler for the next thing. After that, Ash questions him saying, how the heck did you do that? He says, how did I do what? He says, what? I went into the forest because I also heard that Rockruff crying, and I saw you jump on the tree. He says, oh yeah, I can literally jump onto a tree. I can literally jump. He says, Riolu has taught me the way. He says, the way of what? He says, the way of Aura, duh. That's just gonna be it for this part because I have to do